Our sister, my sister, her aunt, is currently missing, assuming in Gaza.
Yeah, you've heard nothing from her.
Nothing from her. Her mobile has been allocated in Gaza. We know the mobile crossed the border 11 o'clock, half an hour after she spoke to us. Nothing else.
Where were you? Were you in Israel?
I live here in UK. She lives in Haifa in Israel, up north.
And you don't know what? Did you talk to her before she was taken to
We
Gaza?
were texting. She was texting to the family. Her daughter was talking to her. Her daughter said that there were noises in the last half an hour she was there, and then the contact disconnected. We couldn't text her anymore, and there was nothing from her till Monday morning when they allocated the mobile. But my sister, we don't know if she's.
We don't even know if she's alive.
We don't know
if
if
she's
she's
hurt.
alive,
If
she's
she,
hurt.
she's
Nothing.
getting
Nothing.
oral needs are taken care of. She's being fed. If she's warm, nothing.
Nothing.
You're here in London and in Westminster. What do you want from the UK government? How can they help you?
We need to know who are they holding first. To go see the people, to see that they're fed, they're okay, and to bring them home. That's it.
You've been with Keir Starmer today and
Yeah.
the Labour leader, the opposition leader. What do they say to you?
They understand we push this agenda. He is taking it on board, and he said, yeah, first thing we need to check who is there, and maybe to push the Red Cross to go in to check that our people are safe, they're okay, they're fed. We need to know where are they.
My cousin Rimon and her husband Yagev were kidnapped from their home in Kibbutz Nirim. They were texting her mom saying that there are terrorists outside of her house, and they are shooting and burning houses. They're going line by line to each and every one of their houses. And at 8:26, she texted her mom saying that they're shooting at them, that the window is shattered, and she left a voice memo to her mom that she loves her and she's sorry she's not there with her, and that was it. 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday, October 7th. That was the last time that we heard from my cousin. A few hours later, the army gained control of the kibbutz, and then they found their house covered with bullets, blood, and they were gone.
And you haven't seen them since?
Haven't seen them since, haven't got any information since, but a lot of families haven't heard from their family members. So we need the Red Cross in. We need the Red Cross to make sure that they get all the medicine that they need, that they're warm, that they're healthy, to see the situation. We need the world's help to get them what they need.
How many hostages are being held, do you think, by Hamas in Gaza?
I would assume there are more than 200. 200 is currently the formal number, but I think
it's more than that?
I assume it's more.
You've been meeting in London today with Keir Starmer, David Lammy, Lisa Nandy, Angela
Yeah.
Rayner. What do they say to you?
They're supporting us. They would do whatever in their power to help all the hostages. And their support and the Parliament's support is uncanny. And we want to thank them. Thank you all for supporting us.
And you're trying to see, or you have spoken to Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister here?
Not yet, but we have individuals here that we should be meeting with them.
And in terms of the Red Cross, why can't the Red Cross get access to Gaza?
Hamas is not allowing them. Talk to them.
12 people. We have 10 family members from Kibbutz Be'eri and 2 family members from Kibbutz Nahal Oz that were taken Saturday morning.
You have no idea what's happened.
We have no recollection of anything. We don't have any news of their whereabouts or state that they're in. We don't know if they're dead or alive, if they're wounded. We don't know if they're dry or fed, if they got their medicine. We have 3 children, 8 years old, 3-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a teenager, 17. She's supposed to celebrate her 18th birthday on the 24th of this month, and we don't know where they are. We don't know anything about them.
How old is the oldest person, the oldest family member?
67. That's my dad's cousin. Her sister is also missing. Their husbands, their kid, her husband, their grandkids. it's an entire family. It's 4 families actually that have been taken. Judith, my cousin, and her daughter Natalie, that were taken from Nahal Oz. They're only here for a visit. They don't live in Israel. They live in the U.S. in Chicago. They came for a visit, celebrating Natalie's graduation and the Jewish holidays. It was a peaceful Saturday morning, and hell broke loose.
And are they all your cousins?
My family members from Nahal Oz is my direct cousin and her daughter. The family members from Be'eri are my dad's cousins. He passed away, and I'm representing him and the family. His 2 cousins, their husbands, daughter, son-in-law, 2 kids, another aunt and her daughter.
It's appalling and so shocking. Do you know what happened? You said that it was a door, and then
It was 6:30 in the morning. They woke up to sirens, which is unfortunately quite a normal event in that area of Israel. I say normal, it's our normal. It shouldn't be anybody's normal, but it's our normal. We thought initially that it's going to be one of those times where sirens go off, missiles are shot, and within 2-3 days we gain control of the area and everything is back to normal. But it was very clear within, I wouldn't say within minutes, but within 30 minutes or an hour, that it's not the same as always. It's something completely different. They started hearing gunfire, people speaking Arabic, demanding for them to open their doors, shattered glass, gunfire from automatic guns. They started throwing grenades, lit houses on fire. They came prepared. They came in order to get civilians. It did not happen by mistake. They came with the tools they needed to break through into shelters. My family members were staying in their shelter within their homes. It's a barricaded room within their house as part of our normal. We have a barricaded room within our houses so that if missiles come in, we hide in that room. Every area has their own rules of how long you should stay within that shelter after a siren hits. And they were hitting in the shelter, and instead of being guarded by those walls, they broke in. They started shooting at houses. They started drilling into the doors of shelters to shove people out. If they couldn't open the door, they burnt down the house to force people, smoke people out. And when they got out, they were slaughtered. They were massacred while running away from their homes, jumping out of windows, trying to save their lives with everything that they had in them.
where were you when this happened?
I was in the safety of my home in the central of Israel. I woke up 2 hours after the attack took place. It was a Saturday morning, the last day of holiday. My kids woke up before me. My 12-year-old kid woke up and read the news before I was even awake. They came and woke me up saying, "Something happened, Mom." I took out my phone. The first thing I did was reaching out to everybody that I know that lives in the area. I started texting people frantically, tried calling my cousins. Is everybody okay? Where is everybody? Have you reached anyone? Did you get in touch with people? I reached out to their sons and daughters that do not live in the kibbutz, but some were there for the weekend and were taken. I reached out to my aunt from Nahal Oz. She answered. We had a conversation. She was in her safe room, and I was like, okay, is everything okay? Hold in there. And that was in the morning when we thought that, again, it's just going to end in a couple of hours and everything's going to go back to where it went. And she shared that they can't reach out to her daughter, to my cousin, and nobody's answering. We got, the last text that we got from Natalie was at 12:18, where she wrote to her aunt, my other cousin, that they hear gunfire and that they love everyone, and they're gonna try and reach out again as soon as possible, but they weren't heard of since.
So sorry. You've come here to the UK because you want to meet with politicians here, is that right? You saw we met with David Lammy, Keir Starmer today, Lisa Nandy, Labour politicians.
Yes, we
met
have.
And what have they said to you?
They promised their support. They promised to do whatever in their power to help us retrieve our family members. starting off with a humanitarian corridor, allowing the Red Cross to step in, supply medicine, and give us a sign of life to understand what happened to our family members, where they are, and if they're safe. And as a second endeavor to support our government and our efforts to retrieve every last one of the hostages, every last one of the kidnapped civilians. We're talking about war crimes. This is not normal in any, it makes no sense. Civilians should not be kept as a pawn, as a tool in a game of war. These actions should have never taken place.
And Joe Biden, the US president, is there tomorrow.
Yes,
Will
he
they
is.
help with that?
He promised to assist as well, as because my two family members, again, Judith and Natalie, are U.S. citizens. My family has already been in contact with the U.S. administration, which promised support and assistance. They've already been on a Zoom call with Biden himself and his administration. They've met with Blinken in his last visit in Israel, in Tel Aviv, and we're waiting to meet with Biden when he comes to Israel Wednesday.
And then you're trying to meet with Rishi Sunak and his team, and they met you?
I'm sorry, again?
You met with the UK Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak.
We're due to have a meeting tomorrow. The representatives of some of the U.S. citizens that have family members that are kidnapped should be meeting with him tomorrow. Hopefully that will take place.
You're flying back shortly.
I'm flying back in an hour.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.